Well, you voted for the next video's topic and Tactical Urbanism won. So, let's talk about how to improve your city quickly and inexpensively. And welcome to all new subscribers. One of the urban planning tasks is to make cities more comfortable and convenient for their residents. To do this, it is very important to understand the needs and problems of these residents, so you have to do research before making any changes. And after research, it looks logical to start designing, but when it comes to human behavior, there is always a risk that something will go wrong. And the price of mistake in such cases is very high. Therefore, in order to avoid unpleasant surprises, it is better to test your ideas with the method of tactical urbanism first. Essentially, we create a one-to-one scale model on a real street and give people an opportunity to interact with it. Meanwhile, we can observe this and draw conclusions. How do people behave? Are they comfortable? Are there any problems or surprises? This will give us an opportunity to make the final design better and more convenient for people. On the other hand, people learn about future changes in the city long before they happen and can make up their own minds about them. Also, these methods can be used to temporarily transform space, for example, to turn an ordinary street into a recreation area on weekends. And temporary furniture made of pallets or another reusable items are perfect for this case. Another option for using tactical urbanism is low-cost local improvements of street space initiated by local residents or businesses themselves. Of course, residents cannot rebuild the streets, but they can put a bench near their house and use it together with their neighbors. And cafes or shops can set up a small parklet with places for rest, landscaping and bike parking. And now let's go for examples. We already mentioned parklets, so let's start with them. In general, this is the arrangement of a small public space instead of a car parking lot. The feeling depends on your imagination and needs, but the point is that if necessary, the structure can be quickly dismantled or moved to another place. In this way, you can quickly and inexpensively make the street a little bit more attractive for people, which is especially important for the streets of many car-oriented cities. By the way, disappearance of this parking space will not make things worse. Quite often the problem is that people drive to large shopping centers on the outskirts while the city center simply dies out. Of course, one parklet will not solve the problem, but it could be a small step in the right direction. In order to make a chicane that will calm the car traffic, it is not necessary to call a construction crew. Sometimes it's enough to simply put on the road concrete box with bushes inside. And if necessary, it will be possible to take it away in minutes and make the street look as before. Roundabouts can be made using the same method. Just put a circle of flood barriers in the middle of the intersection and that's it. Drivers can already get used to this new traffic scheme, while you can calmly prepare the reconstruction project. And lanes for cyclists also can be made like this. In previous videos I talked about it more and now I will just repeat it briefly. You can just fence off one of the traffic lanes very quickly and it will provide same benefits for cyclists than a bicycle path built in a few months. Tactical urbanism can also work on greening the city. It's not always possible to plant a tree right away on the sidewalk. You need to make a hole, there may be some communications underground, but you can plant a tree in a wooden box and maybe transplant it into the soil later when a place outside will be ready. And entire squares could also be arranged in this way. You can simply place trees in tubs, benches, maybe paint the asphalt in bright colors and voila! Instead of asphalt field you have a space for people. And those people use it and enjoy life while you are preparing a full-fledged project of renovation. So as we can see, tactical urbanism is a strong tool of city development, but also it's quite important for communication and building a strong urban community. Residents can also participate in the process of creating of new space, and thanks to it they will learn more about the city and get to know each other. And that's how city will become for them the place they've created. And as for me, this is the most important thing. And that's all for a moment. If you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button and leave your comments. And also visit our Patreon page where you can support our channel. And see you in the next videos.